Rosie the Realtor here. We got Gil from Nations Lending back again. Going to talk to us a little bit about first-time buyer down payment assistance programs today. Hey, Gil.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Good. Sorry, I know that was kind of a mouthful there, but I know after we hung up last week, we were talking about the different programs available, and certainly, for those buyers in California, in many cases, you're probably going to need some help because California ain't cheap, right?
That's right, yes.
Yeah, and you were saying so you're starting to see more of these, not necessarily the programs, because the programs have always been there, but more offers being accepted where buyers are getting down payment assistance and just needing that a little extra help to purchase their home.
Oh, yes, absolutely. There are a lot of clients that would like to see all the options that they have available to them. So some of them do have the cash on hand to do this, but sometimes it's good to keep cash for a rainy day. When you are buying a new home, everything looks good on the front, but sometimes you never know when a water heater might go or you might have a leak. There's different things that happen when you do buy a home. So it is good to have a rainy day cash fund available just in case something like that does happen. So like I mentioned, some clients do have the cash, but they do prefer to see if they can keep a little bit of that on hand and then see what products are out there to help them be able to purchase that home and be able to have that little rainy day savings.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Because, for most buyers, especially those first time buyers, the biggest obstacle is that down payment, right?
That's
Um,
right.
so tell us a little bit about one or some of the programs that you offer that can help somebody, get into the American dream of owning a home.
Right. So there are quite a few products that California does offer. Um, some of these products are really FICO restricted, which means that you have to have a higher FICO score to qualify. So
Mhm.
the program that I want to cover today is a Golden State product, and they're a little bit more lenient with FICO scores and debt to income ratios as opposed to some of the other products. Maybe we can touch on those at a later time.
Yeah.
Um, but the Golden Opportunities program, that's a great program that we can go as low as a 620 FICO score. Okay, and DTI is up to 55% in some cases. This program is going to get us around 4.5% back of the loan amount. So if we're going to do a 5% down conventional, then we can get 4.5% of that loan amount, or we can also do a 3.5% FHA, and then we can get 4.5% back on that loan amount as well.
Towards their down payment, you're saying.
Down payment and or closing costs, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. And I know one of the things that I wanted to touch base on, because I feel like, when I get listings, people would call and they're like, "Oh, and I have a down payment assistance," or just in general, buyers would call. They all want what appears to be that free money.
Right.
Because I feel like one of the things that's not talked about as much is technically there's no free money, right?
Right. Right.
There's programs to help, folks get into a home, but in most cases that money is due back. So tell us a little bit about that.
Right. So the 4.5%, okay, is a total. So 1% out of that is actually going to be a grant, which is not you do not have to pay back for this product. So the 3.5% is going to be a second. And that second you will have to pay back. It's fully amortized for 180 months, which is going to be 15 years, and it's going to be at the same rate as the rate on the first. So when you do refinance or you do decide to sell the home, you will have to pay that back.
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, I actually just helped somebody dealing with that and getting that paid off. They didn't refinance, they just different situation, but I know we help them through the process of getting that paid off. And that's one of the things where I think people just hear free money and they want that down payment assistance when they might have money. So tell me a little bit of how it compares interest rate wise. So if somebody has their 5% down versus somebody that wants to get the assistance for 5% down, and sorry if I caught you off guard, I know I didn't ask you that earlier, but then I don't
No, that's
necessarily
fine.
need exact numbers, but I believe, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, that normally if they are getting assistance, that interest rate might be slightly higher.
Yes. So with a conventional loan, if you do take advantage of the full 4.5%,
Mhm.
then the rate is going to be slightly higher. It's actually not too bad. It's at 7%, and that'll get you 4.5. At 4% assistance, which 4% on the loan amount, then you're looking at 6.75. 3.5%, you're at 6.5. And these are today's rates. The state obviously does change the rates according to what the
Yeah.
market is doing. And then 6 3/8 will get you right around 3% back.
Awesome. And somebody that didn't need the assistance, what kind of a rate are they looking at, same type of loan?
So same type of loan without any of the assistance, they're looking at 6% today.
Okay. See, and that's one of those things where, I like to consider myself a full service agent, right? And so when somebody's like, I want the down payment assistance, well, hey, let's run some numbers. Let's get with the lender and see, obviously if someone doesn't have money or they're struggling to save that down payment, the closing costs, absolutely that's the best program for them. But I've
Right.
seen in many cases where they just think it's free money, not realizing, well, no, it's not free money, first
Right.
of all, and it might come with a little bit higher rate. And that's where I think, clients, especially these days, really need to get with a professional. I think I just read a study where buyers are feeling very overwhelmed and very stressed, and they shouldn't. They should partner up with somebody that's a full-time agent or lender, right? They can educate them and run the numbers and show them, hey, this is a better option for you versus just, okay, that's what you want, let's go with it. Because I think they hear all this stuff in the media and they think that that's what they need to ask for. But that's may not always be what's best for them.
Right. And that's why it's important when you are working with a lender that they're able to actually show you all the options that are available to you so you can make the best decision for yourself. So that's what I generally like to do with my clients. I don't like to tell them or show them just one product. I like to see where their FICOs are, what their income looks like, and what their debt looks like, and then I can present to you, okay, this is what we have available for you. So if the rate is too high with the down payment assistance products, we can look at an FHA or a conventional. And if you're short on cash to close, then maybe we can pop back over to the down payment assistance program, and then we can see exactly how much funds you do have. So maybe we don't need the full 4.5%. Maybe we only needed 3%, and then we can take off almost 3/4 of a point on rate. So that's why it is important to see exactly the full scenario so we can make a good decision on what's going to be the best product for you. And with today's day, with there being so many products,
Yeah.
it's good to be well versed as a lender on all the products that are available for your clients, because you don't want to be locked in on just offering one product consistently. So, and I've been in this business for a long time, so that's why there's constantly these new products coming out and there's constantly guideline changes. So it's really important to be up to date on everything that's coming out.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's why I've also always been a very big advocate for my clients to use a mortgage broker like yourself versus just going directly to an institution where you're limited to that one product. And the chances of a buyer going to where they do their traditional banking and that's the right product, I think is very, I won't say slim to none, but I think, there's so many, like you said, so many options that definitely I've always, like I said, been an advocate to go to a broker who could run your credit runs, understand your situation, and then look at the product that's going to be best for you. Or like we talked last week, maybe it's a mobile home.
Right.
Maybe down payment assistance, maybe it's not. And
Exactly.
and
Yes.
again, that's where when you hire a professional, when you're working with a professional, they can help guide you with all that and take the stress out of. It's not for you to go to the different institutions. It's get somebody that's going to help guide you.
Right. And and I see both scenarios. I see clients that they really would like to they've already made up their mind that they want to get a down payment assistance product. Before we've
Yeah.
even talked, they've already done the research, they've been on TikTok, and they know like, okay, I'm going to get a down payment assistance product. So I present the options to them, and then I
Yeah.
show them the other option that they actually qualify for too. So they see the difference in payment, and then they actually are able to make a decision. Well, the down payment assistance sounded great, but
Yeah.
if I can get a payment $400 or $500 less than the down payment assistance product, then I think that might be the best direction for me. But sometimes if you don't have the funds available, then
Yeah.
sometimes the down payment assistance product is going to be our go-to. We might not have any other options. So And the thing about it is you can always refinance out of this product. I think it's important just to be able to get into something, you know, if you have been renting and you've been spending hundreds of thousands of dollars over the course of a few years, if you can just get into something that you can start paying down the principal, then I think it'll usually work out for you in the long run.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Definitely big advocate. It's always better to own than to be renting. You know, you're paying somebody else's mortgage versus, you know, you don't have you're in most cases you're not buying your dream home the first, second, or even third time. You're buying a starter home and but you're building
Exactly.
that equity. I mean, I've seen dozens of people, they start with a condo. You know, they don't see themselves there long term, especially once kids come into the picture, but they stay in it,
Right.
you know, long enough, build a little bit of equity. And unlike if you were renting, then you could sell that in and move up, and there's your down payment. So, well,
Exactly.
yeah, well, very awesome. Well, and I know we're starting to see a lot more of these. So tell me if somebody wanted to contact you, you know, direct, whether about interest rates, refinancing, or the down payment program, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
They can always contact me on my cell phone.
Okay.
My number is 805-832-9605, or they can email me and they can ask me any questions. We could always run hypothetical scenarios. I don't mind just giving them an idea of what they possibly can qualify for, or if they have debt that they'd like to take care of. You know, I don't mind just, you know, having a conversation with my clients and seeing if there is something or putting a plan together for them that might better their current situation.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, thank you again for coming on here. And I'm glad that you know, you're so versed, and I love that because it's, you know, some lenders only offer certain products. Some are very good at one thing or another, but it's definitely been a pleasure getting to know you and and all the programs that you guys offer because there's just such a need. So thank you.
Thank you, Rosie.
I thank you. Thank you.